All right, let's start our soup. And if you could cut me up an onion, that would just be absolutely wonderful. Now, when I'm cooking with onions, generally I like a yellow sweet onion. All right, I'm gonna put me a little oil in here. Now, generally when you see us sauteing with oil, it's gonna be olive oil for almost everything.
That's a lot of onions.
That is a lot of onions. I don't know how people survive without onions, I really don't.
That's right.
So we're gonna saute these onions for just a moment. Now when you're cutting onions, a lot of people will say, well, you can take this and you can do that. And there's so many old wives' tales. We put a paper towel down with water.
Didn't work.
It's supposed to come towards the water. Now it may help some,
Sometimes they're just really strong.
but if the onions are really strong, you're gonna have a few tears.
That's right, I cried.
Are you better now?
I think I'm a little better.
All right, so we got our onions going. But you look at all these ingredients out here. We got a lot of things we're gonna do tonight. Plus, we were down south just a couple weeks ago. And we like to stop and try other people's foods and see what they have. And throughout the South, you'll find a lot of places who have a cake dedicated to, thank you very much,
Elvis,
to Elvis.
that's right.
And they'll, you know, I'm an Elvis nut. And as a kid, you know, we would take a banana and cut it and put peanut butter on it. That was every day.
Okay.
That was something we did. But you know, we actually did a peanut butter nanner sandwich on the show one
You
time.
did, and you ate it.
A long time ago.
That's right, we did.
But you'll see a lot of places down south who will have an Elvis cake, which will have some sort of banana and some sort of peanut butter together.
Right.
Now, it was also rumored that sometimes he would put bacon on that. You know, why not?
Yeah.
Bacon's good on anything. But we won't say where we were, but we had an Elvis cake, and it was like, they put banana pudding on it, which kind of sopped it up a little bit. So I thought, man, we can do better than that. And not that we're competing against anybody, but I started having an idea in mind. Should we do peanut butter cake, banana icing?
Right.
And then I started thinking about chocolate fudge icing and banana cake, and she's the cake queen. So you started talking to my sister
I did.
about, tell me what you came up with the chocolate fudge icing.
All right, I called her because she makes icing and turns it into fudge. So we had a little chat. So I took her fudge recipe that she does, and we just talked about it, and we put peanut butter in it. So we added, so now we have a peanut butter taste, and we took the cocoa out. You'll see later, but it turned out, I think you liked it. You ate the whole cake.
Now, if you watched our show, one of our question and answer sessions, somebody said, what's the favorite thing you made? She makes an apple cake that her grandmother, which grandmother made
It
that?
was my grandmother Calicarinas
Her grandmother made this apple cake
that you like.
that has the consistency of a brownie.
Yeah.
And it was so good. And I thought, take out the apples, put in the bananas.
Yes, you liked it, didn't you?
And I thought, can the queen make it happen? And did you make it happen?
You ate the whole cake.
Oh, it's
So I
terrible.
think so.
I gained 26 pounds.
Yes, you did.
It was like before, after, before, after.
Okay.
I'm sucking in right now.
All right.
I really am. Okay, those beautiful onions are getting close. I just want to get a little bit of brown on them. And to me, some people say, well, go ahead and put your meat in. I don't know. I like these onions to be their own thing. Sweat out a little bit, get some of those onion sugars out there. Then you can put the meat in. To me, it's just, you get that first flavor in the pan. It's already coming out.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about our taco seasoning, which is going to go into this taco soup.
Okay.
It would make sense, wouldn't it?
Right.
When you smell that, and something I really like to do and something that you like me to do is go to a restaurant and smell something and say, okay, break it down. Reverse engineer it, if you will. So we do that a lot. So I smelled that, first thing I smelled, and I had you all smell
Right.
it, and both of you said cumin. I am, again, on a smoked paprika kick. So I took mainly chili powder, cumin, smoked paprika, oregano, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of cayenne. But that's the basics for that. Now, I didn't measure it, but that's the basics for my taco seasoning. And, oh, look at those. All right, now we're gonna drop in our 1 pound of beef. Bam!
Wow.
So we're gonna go ahead and get our meat going. And I'm gonna leave some little chunks of beef in there. So, since
Smells
this is
good.
taco soup, you think we should put some taco seasoning in?
I think you should.
And generally, when you go to the store, if you don't want to make your own, generally when you go to the store and you buy a taco kit, they'll give you an ounce package. So I'm going to put about that much in there.
Oh, it smells good. There you go.
Smells good already, doesn't it? Now I'll tell you what let's do. Let's take about half of those black beans and put in here. I'm not even going to drain them.
Alrighty, about half?
We can drain them a little bit as we pour them. Tell you what, let's just pull the beans off the top.
That enough?
Let's put a little bit more. And I'm just eyeballing this. So we got our black beans.
Yummy.
Now let's put some kidney beans in there. And you can put whatever. If you wanted to put navy beans in there.
Want to grab what you want?
All right.
Good.
Now let's put some corn.
How much of that you want?
Let's do, oh no, he's touching the corn. We can't eat that now. So I'm gonna say probably around 10 ounces of each kind of bean.
This is a little over a cup.
Probably, let's put a little more corn in there.
All right.
Probably about 10 ounces of corn. That's good. And now, we're gonna put some tomatoes in there.
All right.
Let's use about half of that.
All right.
Nice, colorful, beautiful.
So I think it's about 20 ounces of tomatoes.
About 20 ounces
yeah.
of tomatoes, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Now, here's the deal. You think about the fact that your vegetables are already pretty much processed.
Right.
If you have canned your own beans and tomatoes or you put them in a can, all that you gotta do is cook for a few minutes. Now we need, you can put water in here. I use chicken broth because I like a deeper flavor. Anything that adds flavor to me is just, that's the way to go. You could use water, but we like our chicken broth. Now I'm gonna put up to 2 cups and let it cook for a while. As that cooks down, I might put a little bit more. You could also put a little bit of light beer in here, which wouldn't hurt a thing. It gives it a nice yeasty flavor. We're gonna cut up a few pickled jalapenos. Why pickle? Because they're already cooked. They have a nice taste, they're soft, and it doesn't take a long time to get all this going. And because Nikki doesn't like things real hot, we went with a mild on our peppers.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna put that many in there. Oh,
Got a little bit more, is that okay?
Yes. Oh my.
Yum.
Now let's think about what happens when this is done. You put a big dollop of sour cream and some cheese, some mixed cheese on the top. Are you
That was so
kidding me?
easy.
Nothing to it.
Yes.
All right, I'm tasting it and I detect that it needs a little more flavor. So I'm fixing me a big batch here so I can just keep mixing it until I get it right. You can also take, in any kind of soup, I like and they sell Mexican brands of chicken bouillon.
Yeah.
That really adds some wonderful flavor. Put just a little bit of that in there. And then we're gonna make you some homemade tortilla shells. Now this is pretty common. You know something we've never done? We've always made them by hand. We've
Right.
never used a press. We talked to some new friends today and they kept talking about a press. I said, well, let's
Yeah.
just see if we can find one. We did.
They're easy to find, yeah.
We're just gonna press them out a little bit.
Can't wait to try that. You put a little
You want
sour
me to mix
cream?
that sour cream in there?
Yeah, I want some
All
sour.
right, I'm gonna mix that all up in there. I'm gonna get me a big old jalapeno in there.
Ooh, it's
Got
cheesy
the
too.
cheese melting.
Oh, wow. I could eat that forever. That's delicious.
That's really good.
Yes, it is. That was hot. You
If
got a
I do
hot
say
bite?
so myself.
You got a hot bite?
Well, I'll put a jalapeno in mine. You want a jalapeno in
No,
yours?
I'm good. I'm good.